You'd be surprised how many MSPs miss out on new clients because they never follow up with leads. Let's talk about a follow-up system that you can use. Hey, I'm Paul Green from the MSP Marketing Edge, the leading white-label content marketing system that's trusted by over 700 MSPs around the world. Check if your area is available now at mspmarketingedge.com. Now, I know that lead generation is the hardest thing for many MSPs, but you make it harder on yourself by treating your leads as if they were single-use plastic. Let's say you generate a new lead today, and then you get them on the phone, and you realise to your utter delight that they're not just a lead, they're a hot prospect. And side note, to define my terms, this is the journey that business owners and managers go through. So they start as a suspect, knowing they want a new MSP, but not knowing anything about who's out there. And then once you know about them and they're in one of your audiences, such as connected to you on LinkedIn or in your email database or something, that's when they become a lead. But only once they're ready to talk about potentially buying from you do they become a prospect. And then once you've qualified them as the kind of business you'd like as a client, they become an opportunity. And obviously from there, they go on to become a client. Happy days, right? Better still, by the way, when they've stayed a few years and they love your service so much, they would never leave. That's what we call a bonded client. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. So you talk to this prospect, and at the start of the call, you're really excited. They've got like 30 users, technology is core to their business, and you have experience in their sector as well. But the more you talk, the more your enthusiasm drops because they've got a current MSP. They're not happy with them, but they're not desperately unhappy either. They're just kind of seeing who's out there. They say that they'll probably sign one final annual contract with their current MSP. So you end the call by promising that you're going to call them back in a year's time. Now, you'd be surprised and actually terrified how many MSPs would never make that call. Some forget because they don't have a sales system to remind them. A few know to make the call but never get round to it. Or they think, I won't chase them, they'll call me if they're interested. And all of these things, they just make my brain explode with utter disbelief. Every MSP that acts in this way has serious follow-up failure, and they're treating valuable, expensive leads as if they were disposable and time-limited. But they're not. Leads don't last forever, but they do last 1,000 times longer than you'd think. In my last business, which was a healthcare marketing agency, one of the final clients I onboarded in 2016, just before I exited actually, it was a lead we'd been following up for nearly a decade. I'm not kidding, 10 years. And I wasn't paying them special attention. They were just one of 12,000 leads who were constantly getting follow-ups from my team. It's just that it took many, many winters before the timing was right for them. Here's my attitude towards following up leads, and it's a great attitude to embed into your MSP. You follow up the leads until they buy, die, or say bye-bye. And I'm not joking, I'm really not, because you can't hope that your leads will remember you at the exact moment that they're ready to switch MSPs. You are not and never will be top of their mind. They can't remember your MSP's name or your name, even thinking about it. And that's why you have to do the hard work and follow them up repeatedly. And this is not pestering them. If they don't want to hear from you, they'll unsubscribe or they'll block your number or something. And only a tiny number of people will do this. So here are some practical ways to put in place a permanent follow-up system for every lead that you generate. You should connect with them on LinkedIn and make sure you post content every day and reply to comments. You should go into their LinkedIn feed now and then to comment on their posts, if of course you have something valuable to add. When you come across some of the content that might be of interest to them, perhaps content you've seen elsewhere, direct message it to them, or for greater impact, this is cool, print it off and mail it to them with a short covering note. That will have massive impact. You should add them to your email database and send them an educational and entertaining email once a week. Also, you should add them to your snail mail database and send them a physical printed newsletter once a month. And then run a marketing campaign once or twice a year on a theme such as email security. Mail them a postcard, send related emails and make a follow-up phone call. Also, you should pick up the phone every 6 months just to chew the fat with them for a few minutes. Ask open questions and be really interested in their favourite subject, themselves and their business. And don't be afraid to ask, is this the right time for us to meet? If they say call in September, then make sure you do, and text them if they don't answer. Something else you can do is you should put on lunch or learns and other events and invite them. And webinars are okay. Real life events, though, are dynamite. And seek them out at networking events and make sure to say hello. Remind them who you are, as they won't remember, and give them another business card, even if it's the 200th card that you've given them. And the final idea, send them a Christmas card in March. Because that's a way to make you stand out, doing something that no one else is doing at that time. Sending a Christmas card at Christmas just makes you part of the noise. So, tell me, what are the best things that you've ever done to follow up leads?
Paul Green's MSP Marketing Edge.